Hi, everybody. Thank you for subscribing. And if you just happen to find me from scrolling around and you like what you hear, I hope you hit that button and subscribe and help me out so I can keep doing this. Um, the media is letting us down. That's not a news flash. That's something we've known for a while. But here's the thing. Trump is telling lie after lie after lie. He's sending his press secretary out to tell lie after lie after lie. And they know that they're not going to be challenged on these lies. The press, however, seems obsessed with Joe Biden. And now they are actually, without any proof or evidence, and people who think they know about cancer are out there trying to hint around claiming that Joe Biden and his family lied and withheld that he's had prostate cancer for many years. This is an incredibly huge mistake to push this lie. He did not lie about it. A week ago yesterday, it was announced that they had found a nodule on his prostate. We know that they don't even test for prostate cancer for men over, I think, age 70 because it typically is such a slow-moving disease. In this case, though, he had a very fast disease that metastasized, and it is in his bones, which is dangerous. But to suggest that he knew he had prostate cancer and hid it. Now, you know that if he did have prostate cancer and you catch it early enough, it can be cured. It can be dealt with. There are many options for this. Do you really think that the Bidens wouldn't have considered that they would have, we'll just let it go? The media is doing a great disservice to the Bidens and to all of us by not catching this right away when people make these suggestions that this was somehow being hidden. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. We know what this type of cancer is. We know it's serious. And they are all just kind of conveniently forgetting that it was announced a little over a week ago that they'd found a nodule. Okay? To suggest that this was something that Biden's had and knew about and simply withheld from us is disgusting. Meanwhile, here's some lies that the press simply they just sit there and let Trump get away with this stuff. Okay, let's just start. He has said that he just told reporters on the Hill the gas prices are now $1.99. AAA gas tracker says that the national average is $3.17, by the way, folks, with no state going below $2.66. Why doesn't the press report on that and catch him in real time when he says it? In real time, right there. Because we already know Democrats aren't going to have a daily briefing on Capitol Hill, as I've suggested, preferably with Pete Buttigieg as the guy doing it, where you can in real time call the president out on his lies, call his press secretary out on their lies, and do it in the same news cycle. Because the press is not doing the job. And I am just confounded and confused as to why Democrats are not doing this. It wouldn't cost anything. I could have it set up a couple of days. If you look at my pinned tweet and what I've written for Day Magazine, it's all right there. The other lie, Trump promised no tax on tips. He lied about that. The budget doesn't take care of that. He also said there would be no tax on Social Security earnings. He lied about that. And he said he would not cut Medicaid. Again, he lied about that as well. He lied. And the press is not calling him on it. He says the economy is booming. It's not. He's got his highest poll numbers ever. He sits there and he says this to the press. And they just take us down and let the cameras roll. And they don't call him on it in real time. They don't call him on it. They just let this go because they're kissing his butt for access. He's, in fact, got polls at historically low numbers. He says that he took in $5.1 trillion for the Mideast visit. No, he didn't. We're still underwater. Okay? He lied. He lied. The fact is the GDP shrank for the first quarter. In the last 33 quarters, the S&P is still down, and we have a cost of living increase due to his trade war. And the press will not call him out on these lies, and it's sickening. It is absolutely sickening. He is underwater in the polls on all issues except border security for the people who care about that. When they call it border security, what they really want to do is get rid of all the brown people in this country. And as you can tell, he's doing his level best to put Black people, particularly Black women, in their place by having a Black congresswoman arrested for doing her job. Meanwhile, giving $5 million to Ashley Babbitt's family. Ashley Babbitt, a terrorist who broke into our Capitol, was trying to kill Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence, kill Nancy Pelosi. She was killed by a police officer while she was committing this crime. Trump pardons all her cohorts and pays her family off. This is disgusting. Here's where he's underwater. Overall, his disapproval is at 56%. His approval is only at 40%. He's had disapproval on prices and inflation of 63%. Trade with other countries, disapproval of 57%. Government funding and social programs, disapproval 56%. Jobs in the economy, disapproval at 55%. Foreign policy, disapproval 54%. Healthcare, disapproval 52%. Education, disapproval 53%. Managing the federal government workforce, disapproval 52%. Education, did I get that one? Yeah, okay. Deportations, 50%. He's not even doing well with deportations. I think because maybe even MAGA doesn't like how he's going about it. Deportations, he's got a disapproval of 50%. The approval is only 44%. Immigration, a disapproval of 49%. The approval is only 47%. So more people are disapproving of him. And border security, a disapproval of 52% with an approval of 42%. This is just part of it. So, yeah, he's telling you that his polls are higher than ever. He's saying this not in a private setting. He literally is saying this at a gaggle with the press right there in front of him. Any one of them could have said, "Excuse me, Mr. President, that's not true." But they didn't do that. And they won't do it. And Democrats apparently have no interest in doing a daily press briefing to combat these lies, put out their own agenda. You know, we keep hearing that we heard the DNC chairman say that they're going to have a shadow cabinet of sorts, a people's cabinet. That hasn't happened. I don't know what's going on with the Democratic leadership, but they are failing us. And the reason that Trump and his cabinet and his press secretary feel so comfortable going out there on any given day and telling the most outrageous lies, provable lies, is because they know the media won't call them on it. And so far, Democrats don't seem too ginned up to do anything about it. I'm pissed. There's no excuse for this. We can't control what Trump and Republicans do, but Democrats doing nothing. They are doing nothing. Now, it was a cute trick when they flew that plane around Mar-a-Lago a week or so ago. It was also kind of a waste of money. Because stop acting like you're in 7th grade on the playground just trying to get under Trump's skin. They spent money doing that. Take that money, get a key senior level congressional advisor like a Pete Buttigieg or somebody of that stature, where they advise Democratic leadership on communications. They're in on any meeting they need to understand the issues. That you still have Schumer out there doing the weekly, schedule, whatever. But this is criminally stupid for Democrats not to be doing this. A daily briefing, again, in the same place at the Capitol. The press are already there in the House and Senate press galleries. All you need is a lectern and a room with some chairs so they can set up the cameras in the back, permanent cameras. You can get rooms in the Capitol, even though you're in the minority. You're still allowed to have rooms. You can pay for this through some of the policy and steering committees and maybe assess each Democratic office or committees or something, a little bit of money to pay for this person and their staff. There is no excuse for this not happening. That day after day after day, Trump is out there just spewing these lies, and it's getting worse. The lies are getting more outrageous. And we're sitting here hoping the press will do their jobs. They're not. The fact that Jake Tapper is, a lead anchor on CNN tells you everything you need to know. The press will not do this. But Democrats are not giving them anything to use. All they need to do is do this every day, and you'll meet the same news cycle. Correct the lies for coming out of the Trump administration. Put forward your own agenda. Do it. I don't know why it's not happening. It's making me think that Democrats are somehow complicit or they've been threatened or something, because this rolling over is really Merrick Garland-esque, don't you think? Because that's what this feels like. Democratic leadership not doing this one simple thing. I'm feeling that same sense of frustration that I felt with Merrick Garland doing nothing. And that frustration eventually leads to naturally thinking, are they in on it? Are they in on it? Just like we started thinking maybe Merrick Garland was complicit, letting Trump get away with these crimes. Are Democrats complicit? We are talking about a simple daily press briefing, and they can't do it. They can't do it. And I guarantee you that if they did start doing it, their donors would be much more willing to open up their wallets and write the check. It's not happening.